Now I spit truth and I'm writing these raps. I follow Yahanna, he coming back. All of my niggas really changed their life, and we sitting in class every single night. Ain't no do say, and we breaking out scriptures that law really get you right.
Zooming got that drip, bitch.
Used to hit packs, stood on the block and was moving a snack. Now I spit truth and I'm writing these raps. I follow Yahanna, he coming back. All of my niggas really changed their life, and we sitting in class every single night. Ain't no do say, and we breaking out scriptures that law really get you right. That's the Lord, why did he save me? Baby, born in the 80s. Used to hide dope in my grandmother's basement. I seen the nigga brains all on the pavement. 32 with a switch in the laser. I was down bad with an 8-ball scale and a razor. I came out the struggle, I finally made it. I counted these blessings, I'm never complaining. Soldier, they give me your orders, say corner one corner, I do what I'm told. Under my crown, I'ma be fly as a bitch. You know I'ma dip it in gold. They call me Batak, so that mean I'm bold. Came out the block, used to beat at the pot, then hit all the things in the holes. I chased the money, was losing my soul. Used to hit packs, stood on the block and was moving the snack. Now I spit truth and I'm writing these raps. I follow Yahanna, he coming back. All of my niggas really changed their life, and we sitting in class every single night. Ain't no do say, and we breaking out scriptures that law really get you right.
Only the real ones call me ruler. Got 50 round steel drum in a Ruger. I say go kill one of my shooter. He say I owe you like a sooner. Hey yo, talk, tell me why they testing me. Used to get guap, weed and ecstasy. I'm out the kitchen, still with the recipe. I'm in the truth, building a legacy. I keep a couple shooters with a check of 3. If you ain't over me, then you ain't checking me. I just hopped off the plane of Puerto Rico. Hollers and Quinte and Cinco. Homie, I leave you stressed, it's like a limo. Pull up in any city with a rental. Free my dogs out and get them out the kennel. Enemy trying to pit me like an NO, you know.
Used to hit packs, stood on the block and was moving a snack. Now I spit truth and I'm writing these raps. I follow Yahanna, he coming back. All of my niggas really changed their life, and we sitting in class every single night. Ain't no do say, and we breaking out scriptures that law really get you right. I was locked down on myself, asking the Lord every night when am I getting out. Why he keep sending me blessings and I keep on fucking up, still haven't figured it out. Talk behind me, I had to lose my bust me and Yui and then made a right. 40 on me, got a body. Nigga tried to rob me and ended up losing his life. I bought a ticket to Cuba. TSA locked me up when I was boarding the flight. Crackers ain't give me a bail, so I was stuck in that bitch and that shit had me tight. And I had beef with the ops. I put the mirror in the bathroom and made me a knife. I see why the murder rate high. Niggas be pussy and shit and they can't really fight. Used to hit packs, stood on the block and was moving a snack. Now I spit truth and I'm writing these raps. I follow Yahanna, he coming back. All of my niggas really changed their life, and we sitting in class every single night. Ain't no do say, and we breaking out scriptures that law really get you right.
But the real answer to your question is that when it feels scary to jump, Ian, that is exactly when you jump. Otherwise, you end up staying in the same place your whole life. And that I can't do.
Jumped off the porch into the water to swim with the sharks. Teeth so sharp, one smell of blood, rip you apart. Got the dog in me, all bite, no bark. One smell of blood, rip you apart. Got the dog in me, all bite, no bark. One smell of blood, rip you apart. Jumped off the porch into the water to swim with the sharks. Teeth so sharp, one smell of blood, rip you apart. Got the dog in me, all bite, no bark. One smell of blood, rip you apart. Got the dog in me, all bite, no bark. One smell of blood, rip you apart.
From a West world to street sharks. Niggas will take your name, but niggas can't take your heart. Niggas will backdoor you and try to steal your part. We not affiliated with you, we set apart. We never hard to find, we always outside. In them deep waters, where them sharks reside. In no valleys and trenches, ain't no love, ain't no friendships. And when you switch sides, yeah, that pain gon' be endless. Fuck you gon' do with us. 762 to real life apart. Jumped in the deep, but they can't swim with us. The real from the fake, we show them apart. Copy, but don't get the same result. Stay in your lane, just playing your part. It's levels. You wasn't here from the start. You better off just being yourself.
Jumped off the porch into the water to swim with the sharks. Teeth so sharp, one smell of blood, rip you apart. Got the dog in me, all bite, no bark. One smell of blood, rip you apart. Got the dog in me, all bite, no bark. One smell of blood, rip you apart. Jumped off the porch into the water to swim with the sharks. Teeth so sharp, one smell of blood, rip you apart. Got the dog in me, all bite, no bark. One smell of blood, rip you apart. Got a dog in me, all bite, no bark. One smell of blood, rip you apart.
Come to the deep end, yeah, where it's dark. G-lock like a pit, but a wound like a shark. Black tips on the 5-7 looking like darts. We are not the same, you can tell us apart. Let me slow the flow down, come on, let's walk. Change the whole game, let's talk. Look at it now, then look at the start. Look at me now, so why would you start? Swing on me over bars, I slide on them, but this ain't a walk in the park. Catch him around shotgun in his will. I bet you I'm sawing it all. Nigga, I'm an Israelite and a gangster, so do not compare me to y'all. You can lose an ear over one to mine. Compare me to Peter, that's all. The smaller you are, the farther you thrown. The bigger you are, the harder you fall. Listen for what? You ain't accomplished what you telling me to do. These niggas is off. I keep the commandments you calling the law. It's written in stone, the hands of God. The 3, 5, 7, hold 9, and I'm still beating the
Jump
odds.
out the porch, into the water, to swim with the sharks. Teeth so sharp, one smell of blood, rip you apart. Got the dog in me, all bite, no bark. One smell of blood, rip you apart. Got the dog in me, all bite, no bark. One smell of blood, rip you apart. Jumped off the porch, into the water, to swim with the sharks. Teeth so sharp, one smell of blood, rip you apart. Got the dog in me, all bite, no bark. One smell of blood, rip you apart. Got the dog in me, all bite, no bark. One smell of blood, rip you apart. We ain't had to step foot off the porch. When we had the ops outside the door, we just grabbed the pound and counted asses down and they ain't come back no more. I ain't even want to sell crack no more. Fiends was calling back and forth. We was in too deep, I couldn't get no sleep. Fiends knocking at the door. I was out late night swimming with the great whites. Had to sling white just to get the pay right. On the block all night to the daylight. Thank the Lord out of the game cause it ain't right. You don't even know the half that I've been through. Hopefully you'll never ever had to. Street shit get nutty like cashews. It be your own damn niggas that'll blast you. Leave you outside stiffer than a statue. They'll blast you like they never met you. That's how they do you. Treat you like they never even knew you. Put that metal through you like voodoo. Better keep your feet on land, that's the porch. We out in the street swimming in the deep end with the sharks. Jumped out the porch, into the water, to swim with the sharks. Teeth so sharp, one smell of blood, rip you apart. Got the dog in me, all bite, no bark. One smell of blood, rip you apart. Got the dog in me, all bite, no bark. One smell of blood, rip you apart. Jumped out the porch, into the water, to swim with the sharks. Teeth so sharp, one smell of blood, rip you apart. Got the dog in me, all bite, no bark. One smell of blood, rip you apart. Got the dog in me, all bite, no bark. One smell of blood, rip you apart.
Let's get right to it, dog. You know it's raw. Well, let me catch you if you're showing off. They wanted to get you, I hold it off. Thought he was solid, but put it off. Running the field with the underdogs. I wanna get involved. I can admit it, I know what it's time and I'm tripping, I got every group. Niggas a fumble a bag, I get to the cash fast, gotta salute. I've been a hustler, look how I'm coming up. You running your mouth, better run it up. I'm running this shit like a big dog. Living my movie, they pissed off. Pushing the law cause we in charge. They gon' play this in the synagogues. How do I feel? I'm feeling great. Bigger the problem, the bigger the plate. Making my move, that shit gotta wait. Ahead of my time, keep it in line. Put on their face, I just learned to keep it all to myself. Wait, a couple of niggas that hang with me, that'll bang for me. If I'm doing bad, never change on me.
We the salt of the earth. We the motherfucking underdogs. We underestimated. You understand what I'm saying?
I got tunnel vision. There's a bunch of ways I'm gonna get it. It's my way or the highway if you ain't fucking with it. Do what I say or go about your fucking business and take this money with you. I ain't dealing with no fucking children. If they not my own, going by myself. I'ma die alone. These bitches catch my wave and more just hopping on. They hear what I make, it starts to turn them on. I think it's sorcery, the way they rob the bone. The black magic stick, they stopping by my home when I'm not even home. I'd rather be alone so I can conquer shit and I can see it wrong. I just keep popping shit cause I won't be here long. I'm hopping on the road and get my knees along. She wanna drop it low and get her eagle on. My new bitch bad as fuck, she look like me alone. I came up from the dirt, was born right under y'all. And just like God of wine, said I just want to ball. These niggas seasonal, I watch them leave and fall. The last gon' finish first, cause we some underdogs.
They say the first shall be last, and the last shall be first. Nigga, we gonna rule this kingdom, nigga. This one West.
All right, shalom. Yahweh Shemiyah Shabrak Thumb to all the brothers. Yahweh Shemar Lathan Bashmiyah Shah to all the sisters. It's the Lashawan Qadash class hosted by Isupk. I am priest and officer of 1000 ITAZAB. All right, we're gonna get into it. It's the just like if you have any questions, you understand? If you have any questions, go ahead and type them in the chat. You understand? Type your questions in the chat, and I will do my best to answer any question that you have. You understand? What is Lashawan Qadash? Lashawan Qadash is Hebrew for holy language or holy tongue. Of course, you know the word tongue usually means language. So, for lack of better words, we call it the Lashawan Qadash. I'm sorry, we call it the holy tongue. Okay. 1 second. Again, if you have any questions, go ahead and type them in. Whether they're questions about the language, questions about the structure of the language, where we get it from. You know what I'm saying? If you ever want to know where ISBK gets the Lashawan Qadash from, you know what I mean? Ask your questions. The only way to get answers is if you ask questions. This is something that, namely, the Christian church never offered us. All right. When we were at church, we couldn't get answers from our pastors. Couldn't get answers from the Christian church. You understand? So that left us without answers, and we were forced to basically be ignorant about everything that the Bible talks about. You understand? What you have to understand about the Bible, the book that we call the Bible, written in Quaker Old English. And if you have any other nuanced Bibles like the NIV and New King James Bible, and any version of the Bible other than the King James Bible, you're probably reading it in modern English, right? Now they say that they read the newer versions of the Bible because it's clearer, it's easier to understand. You understand? But what you don't understand is that the reason they made these Bibles, these different versions of the Bible, is to blur the truth. You understand? Because there's only one truth. And what I hear a lot of you Christians say is there is more than one. There's your truth and my truth. You understand? You have your truth. I have my truth. There's no such thing as your truth or my truth. There's only the truth. Anything other than the truth is a lie. You understand? So if you talking about that's your truth, that just lets me know that you're living a lie. Okay? There's only a truth and a lie. All right? And what they've done with these different versions of the Bible is they blurred the truth. You understand? They hid the truth from you with their words. You're looking at it innocently, thinking, yeah, I just read this Bible because it's easier to understand. It doesn't have the thou and therefore and whitherto, hitherto. You understand? They don't have words like that, so it makes it easier for me to understand. Well, here's what I'll tell you. You understand? The Bible says, study to show thyself approved. You understand? So if you're reading the Bible and you don't understand the word, then you should look up what the words mean. It's how you study to show yourself approved. If you come across a word in the Bible that says whitherto or hitherto, then you should go find out what whitherto and hitherto mean. All right? That's how you show your that you're astute. That's how you show the Lord that you are trying to be approved, by studying. Okay? Now, here's what you will find out. The King James Bible is simply a translation from Hebrew and Greek into Old Quaker English. All right. Why was the Bible changed from Hebrew and Greek into um, Quaker English? The same reason why it went from Hebrew to Greek. That was just the language that was most popular at the time. All right. The Bible they started to write in Greek because in that time, most of the world spoke Greek. You understand? Most of the Israelites spoke Greek. You understand? As a you know how they say primary and secondary languages. Between Hebrew and Greek, those were the primary and secondary languages. So whether you were more prominent with speaking Hebrew or more prominent with speaking Greek, one of those languages was your main language, but everybody knew Greek. You understand? So everybody might not have known Hebrew. Just like today, everybody knows English. No matter what country you go to, almost every country, every continent knows English. You understand? I like it's probably only some islands that like have no colonization there that don't speak English at all. Like no one there speaks English. You know what I mean? But even in Africa, all over Africa, as big as it is, there's somebody there that speaks English. There's a translator there. There's somebody who can understand the English language that can translate for anybody that doesn't speak the English language. It's called a lingua franca. All right. And again, study to show yourself approved. If you don't know what the word lingua franca means, all you literally have to do is go to Google, which is what we'll do real quick. Let's go to lingua franca. I'll show you the spelling in a second. I don't want to use a Wikipedia definition. I want to get like an Oxford language. Is this Oxford? Webster, Oxford, whichever one you prefer. You know what I mean? But it should be something scholarly. It should be something accredited. You know what I mean? Wikipedia, anybody could post to Wikipedia, which is why a lot of scholars don't like to use Wikipedia as a source. Hold on 1 second. Pull it up. All right, lingua franca, as you see, is Lingua. Now, the word lingua also translates to tongue, if I'm not mistaken. This is why we call the Lashawan Qadash the holy tongue, because it's synonymous with language, which is the first word in this, well, the second word in this definition. Lingua, you've probably heard of like taco de lingua, you know what I'm saying? That's cow tongue. All right. So lingua is synonymous with language and tongue. All right. So lingua franca, a language that is adopted as a common language between speakers whose native languages are different. That is a lingua franca. English is a lingua franca. Why? Because people from different places around the world who speak different languages may know English, because it's the world's language. Everyone speaks English these days. At one point in time, everybody spoke Greek. At another point in time, everybody spoke Hebrew. All right, this is just the world's languages. And lingua francas change over time. Soon enough, the world will speak Hebrew again. The lingua franca of the world will be Hebrew all over again. Thus said the Lord. All right. Everybody's going to speak it because everybody's going to be forced to speak it, just like you're forced to learn English. You ever walked into, my Hispanic brothers and sisters, my Latino brothers and sisters, man, y'all probably get this, especially if you're in Florida. You might walk somewhere, you might go into a store or something, and you speak Spanish. When you try to speak Spanish to maybe a worker, you know what I'm saying? or you're just speaking Spanish to your Spanish speaking friends. And some devil has the nerve to tell you, speak English. You understand? Well, unfortunately, you are in America, and America is full of devils and oppressors who want you to speak whatever language they want you to speak. Not to mention, Spanish is a language from devils. You understand? Like, our oppressor gave us the Spanish language. It's not a Hispanic language. In fact, the term Hispanic is derogatory, really, because it means that you belong to the Spanish. Okay. Latino means that you belong to the Latins. Okay. You are not Latin. You are not Spanish. You are the 12 tribes of Israel. All right. Now, whether you're Issachar, Zebulon, or Zabalawan, as I like to call them, because that's the Hebrew way to say it. Ephraim, Manasseh, whatever. You know what I mean? Find out what your tribe is. Find out who you are, because there's nothing more important than having an identity. There's nothing more important than knowing where you belong. All right? Shalom, Shamar. Y'all Shamar Thaba Shem Shai. Not to Zagabar. Shalom, sir. Y'all about Shem Shai Brakatha. All right. You mean, if I could, y'all make sure y'all share this video. Get the likes up, get the shares up, get the views up. All right, the water for being here. All right, so again, back to lingua franca. You mean, this is just the language that the world speaks, and at that time, the world spoke Old English. So therefore, they translated the Bible, which is originally written in Hebrew and Greek, into Old Quaker English. Okay. Before that, it was written in Hebrew. So if you really want to know the Bible, if you really want to understand the Bible, your best bet is to go and find the language it was written in. Okay, and the Bible was originally written in Hebrew. Then the New Testament was written in Greek. You understand? Now, we don't really go over a lot of Greek here. We don't study the Greek. It's nothing wrong with studying the Greek, because, of course, like I said, the Bible was written in Greek. So if you are the type of person that likes to dive into that type of knowledge, if you like to learn different languages, like myself, I like learning languages. You know what I mean? I'm learning Spanish. I'm pretty good at Spanish. I'm not fluent. I'm picking up Haitian. I'm picking up Creole. You know what I mean? And I think it's simply because I live in South Florida, where there's a dense population of Spanish-speaking tribes and Creole-speaking tribes. So I picked up both of those languages to be able to communicate with my brothers and sisters, as well as being able to come back to our original language. So maybe one day I'll be able to talk to the Creole-speaking tribes and say, hey, well, this is how you say this in Hebrew. This is how you say this Creole word in Hebrew. You know what I mean? Because I can tell you how to say a Hebrew word in English, but, I'm working on being able to communicate with my Creole-speaking brothers and say, look, you know what I'm saying? Como ye? How are you? You want to learn some Hebrew? And I can show him Hebrew in his language, if that makes sense. Okay. Same thing with our Spanish speaking brothers. You know what I'm saying? I just walk up and be like, hola, ¿cómo estás? ¿Qué tu nombre? You know what I mean? What's your name? How are you doing? You know what I mean? You want to learn some Hebrew? I learned Spanish just to speak to you. You want to learn some Hebrew? Let's learn some Hebrew together. You know what I'm saying? You teach me some more Spanish, I'll teach you some Hebrew. You feel me? And that's how we get the kingdom of heaven. That's how we bring all our brothers and sisters back into the fold. You did. So with all that being said, like I said, lingua franca, just the popular, let me read the definition one more time. A language that is adopted as a common language between speakers whose native languages are different. It also says a mixture of Italian, with French, Greek, Arabic, and Spanish formerly used in the Levant. All right, that's another definition, and that's precisely what English is. If you notice, most different words in the English language have different origins, right? You might have so many words, but all of them, the word lingua franca itself is a Latin word. You understand? And then you have some words that have Greek origins. You have some words that have Arabic origins. You have some words that have French origins, Italian origins. You understand? It's a mixture of a bunch of different languages. All right. That's exactly what lingua franca is. Since late 17th century, from Italian, literally Frankish tongue, or I guess it was originally Italian, huh? Not Latin. Very similar though. Italian and Latin, Spanish, they share a lot of similarities, but they have their differences. But it says Frankish tongue, Frankish, right? Frankish meaning to, you know what I mean? As a matter of fact, let me look it up real quick. You know what I mean? Basically, I'm just showing you the power of looking things up, right? Frankish, relating to the ancient Franks or their language, the West Germanic language of the ancient Franks. Who are the Franks? That's a whole nother class. Germanic people. There it is. There it is right there. That's the power of looking things up. You know what I mean? It doesn't take long. Like, we are in the age of looking things up. You understand? Google is literally a verb and a noun, meaning it's the name of a thing, but also something you do. People say Google it all the time. Well, what does that mean? I don't know. Google it. It's a verb. You know what I mean? So there's no excuse for why we don't do certain things. It may be something that you might not necessarily look up, but might get introduced to you. Like, hey, you ever thought about what this meant? And you're like, nah, I never thought about it. Let me look it up. You know what I mean? You don't have to go across the town to the nearest library. You know what I mean? You can literally sit at your computer, type in whatever it is that you want to know, and your phone, your computer, whatever, will tell you exactly what it means. Unfortunately, your phone will not tell you the Paleo Hebrew, the ancient Hebrew of the Bible, and that's what this class is for. So with that being said, let me show y'all to the screen real quick. So now we have the Slovakia. We have the Lashawan Qadash. Lashawan Qadash, again, the holy tongue, holy language. Okay. Lashawan Qadash. Okay. So what I like to tell everyone, you know what I'm saying, when you learning the language, first of all, if it's your first time in the class, drop a 1 in the chat. You know what I'm saying? If this is, if you're a regular here and you've been in class, drop a 2 in the chat. All right. But what I like to tell people is, if you ever want to learn a language, there's 3 elements to a language that you must learn. 3. 1, you gotta first learn the characters of the language, or what is it called? The like the makeup of the language, which includes the alphabet and the numeric system. All right, you learn the alphabet and the numeric system, then the first step of the language is down. Just like when you were in kindergarten, in first grade, the first thing they made you do is count your 1, 2, 3s and learn your ABCs. All right. Well, in the Lashawan Qadash class, that is what we do as well. We have you learn your ABCs and 1, 2, 3s. All right. The second step is learning the vocabulary of the language. So again, going back to kindergarten, elementary school, you start to learn words, right? Not based on, you know, the typical knowledge of a 1-year-old, you know what I mean? And 1-year-old just hears what other people are saying and they try to mimic what they're hearing. You understand? Well, that only works so much. You understand? Because they don't know what the word is. They don't know how to spell it. They don't know how to say it. You understand? They just hearing you say it and they repeat after you. All right. So they don't know what the word means. They don't know how it's spelled. None of that. But they're picking up how to speak. That's good as well. And that's what also happens in the ISUPK. You're around enough brothers, eventually you'll start to pick up how to speak these words. Amadam Shabbat. Okay, Amadam Shabbat. All right, what does that mean? It means to stand. You know what I'm saying? Stand at rest, stand at ease. And say, okay. Hey, Shalom, Yahweh Hashem Yahweh Barakatah. Yahweh Hashem Yahweh Barakatah. Okay, what that mean? It means, peace. Shalom means peace, and the rest is, Most High bless you in the name of Christ and all that. You know what I mean? Most High in the name of Christ bless you. Oh, okay. I get. Oh, Yahweh Hashem Yahweh Barakatah. All right, cool. You're learning how to say these things. You know what I mean? In their meaning. But, there's another step that you got to take to learn how to write it. Learn, how it's pronounced. You know what I'm saying? Get the vocabulary of it. Because saying that phrase, Shalom, Yahweh, Shamar, Lataba, Shem Yahweh Shai, cool, I understand that. That means I'm blessing you and I'm, I'm greeting you. So I'm basically saying, what's up? You know what I'm saying? I'm basically saying, have a good day. You know what I mean? But when you break it down, you break down the vocabulary of that word, you'll find out that Shalom means peace. Yahweh is the Most High's name. Ba Hashem is actually multiple words in one, right? The Ba means in, the Ha means the Shem means name. So now you say, okay, it means in the name. Ba Hashem. Okay, I get that now. All right. Yahushua is Christ's name. Barak means bless. Atha means you, masculine though. Right? Singular masculine. And then Atham means you, plural masculine. Okay? Athun is you, feminine, plural. All right. So you gotta get the well, first, actually I skipped something. My bad. I jumped the gun a little bit. So you got the breakdown of the vocabulary. The third step that you need, the third piece of a language is the rules to that language. So like I just mentioned with the Athum versus the Athum versus the Athun, you know what I'm saying? There are rules in which you're going to use one of those three words to get your point across, right? And like I said, the Atha is singular. The Athum is masculine. The Athun is feminine, plural for both. You know what I mean? Just like how in Spanish, you know what I mean? Like words like we are, nosotros. You understand? Or let's say if you're gonna say her or she, you know what I mean? If you're gonna say he versus she, he would be el. She would be ella, right? El for he, ella for she. You feel what I'm saying? Masculine, feminine. There's a structure. You understand? There are rules to the language. All right. So many, you know what I mean? Even well, with Creole, it's not, I don't want to say it's more complicated, but it's just different rules. You understand? There's different rules to every language. And in order to learn a language, you're going to have to get those three things down pat. You understand? The makeup of the language, the vocabulary, and the rules. Okay? So we're gonna learn some vocab. First, we're gonna go over the alphabet. So I'm gonna put that up on the board real quick. All right. First character, ah. Second character, ba. Third character, ga. Fourth, da. Also, real quick, you understand? The link is in the chat for anybody that wants to jump into the class. If you're watching right now, I don't see any ones or twos either, but no sweat. The link is in the chat for the StreamYard. If you would like to jump in, ask your questions, get interactive with me, and you know what I'm saying, really learn this language. You know what I'm saying, if you take this class seriously and you're not just in here letting it play in the background while you you know, get your kill streaks on Call of Duty, you know what I mean, you'll jump into the class and get some hands-on learning. Or you might be at the slavery, which is no sweat, you know what I mean, but definitely, you know, if you're able to, you know, interact with the class so that way you can actually learn the language. You know what I mean? Otherwise, you know, you could just be doing what you're doing, you know what I mean? Like, you know what I mean? But no sweat. Whatever it is, you know what I mean, Lord be with you. So let's continue. Make sure y'all hit them thumbs up. All right. Thanks. Wa. Wait, ha first, select it. Then wa. Next is za. Like za step. You know what I mean? I don't know if y'all, my Hebrew Academy graduates, they know. You know what I mean? That's za step. Cha. All right. This one you must distinguish from the ka, okay, which we'll get to as well. But the ka sounds different than the ka. A lot of times, you know, we tend to pronounce the ka a lot like the ka. Well, in Hebrew, you want to try to, you know, distinguish them, right? There's a ka sound. It's like something in your throat. You're trying to get it out. No diddy. You know what I mean? It's ka, like you spitting up a loogie, and then there's ka, which has like a K sound, like the way K is pronounced is how you would pronounce ka. All right. This is ka. All right. This is a ta. It looks like a circle with an X in the middle. The ka looks like a ladder. That's what I like to think of it as. And I'll go over like the different symbols as well, you know what I'm saying? Just so you can kind of remember what they are. All right. This is a ya. This is the ka. This is a la. This is the ma. This is the na. This is the sa. The I is the only character without an ah sound. I. This is the ta, taza. Now this is the only character with 2 syllables. Taza. This is the sha, and this is the tha. All right, the tha is just an X. No more of the circle around it like the ta, just the X. All right, so now you might be looking at these characters like, what am I looking at, right? If this is your first time. Well, each one of these characters comes from something that Adam saw, right? And he named that animal or that thing. So like he named the thing and used what represents that thing in his alphabet. You know what I mean? In his language. So right here, I won't give you all of them right now because I don't have all of them in front of me, what they all represent. But for instance, this ah is an ox head, right? It's the head of an ox, but that has been turned on its side. Like if I was to draw it, you understand? Kind of looks like that. I mean, that's the best. I know it's sideways. You probably can't tell what that is, but it's just an ox head turned to its side. That's all. Okay. So that's what Adam did. He took something that he saw, made it into a character, and that's where the Lashawan Qadash language came from. As far as the written language. So we have the ah, right? And then the ba. So the ah, if you haven't noticed, looks a lot like the letter A, which is obvious, right? It looks very similar to the letter A. Why is this? This is because every language that you know today, well, okay, maybe not every language, but English, the English language and the Greek language is basically a copycat of the Paleo language or the Phoenician language, as they call it, the ancient Hebrew language, right? It's a copycat. The A is just the ah turned up, right side up. The B is very similar to the ba. They flipped it and added a bottom thing here, but it's basically the ba, right? The ga is probably the only thing that's a little different. He's added a semicircle to it, took this and put it here. You understand? I'm gonna keep that up here. The da, right? The da is a D. They literally turned it, and then smoothed this side out and made it this. Right? That's the da, the D. You have the, also, if I pull up the Greek language, hold on. All right. If you pull up the Greek alphabet, the A is also the same. The B is also the same. The gamma, which is the G, is this flipped the other way. Boom, boom. It looks like this now. The delta is this. This is delta. All right. This is Greek. So this would be the English, right? The English alphabet, A, B. You have G and D. The Greek is A, B, the delta. I'm sorry, the gamma, the delta. What else we have? We have the, what is that called? Epsilon. Epsilon is the ha turned the other way, and they got rid of this bottom stem. All right. Well, we know that as, I'm sorry, the E. Okay. What else we got? Let's jump to Zelta or Zeta, whatever you want to call it. Zeta is Z. All right. In English, it looks the same. Z. Okay. We have Ha. Ha turned into the Ha, the H. I'm sorry. So they remove one of these steps, and it turned into this, which is also in Greek the eta. All right. What is this? The theta. The theta looks like this. This is the theta. All right. The Ya eventually turned to an I, and then eventually turned into a J in the Hebrew. I mean, in the English. Matter of fact, I'm putting them on both different sides. This would be the Greek side. This would be the English side. All right. The Ka, which is the Kappa, is a K. It's the K today, right? What else we got? The Lambda is this. And then English is that. What is that? Mu. Okay. This is the Mu and the M, which is Ma. The Nu. All right. The Xi. Oh, I'm sorry. Was the S in English, but the Xi in Greek. You understand? You see how it has that same 3 lines horizontal, right? It just took out the vertical line. That's the Xi, which is now the S in English. Okay, then you have the I, which is called Omicron. But in English, it looks like this. Well, actually, no. The I, the Ya became the I, so I'll take that back. Salakia. Oops. This became the O, in English and Greek. Omicron. All right. So you got the Omicron. Then you have pi. Pi, which is like this and like this. You understand? This is the P in English. All they did was add a vertical line over here. Over here, they just turned this on its side. All right. So that's the P in English is the pa, or the pi in Greek. What else we got? Sigma. The sigma looks like is. I don't think it has an English version, but it looks like this. You understand? Which is, if you see the resemblance, it's got that zigzag over here. You know what I mean? With that removed, right? Or removed to a different place. But that's the sigma. Okay, what else we got? Oh, I missed something? No, I didn't miss nothing. Okay, I got the iota. Upsilon. I don't think there's an upsilon one, but they use it as a Y now. Upsilon is Y. The English version of Y. But I don't think they have like a. I don't know where they. I forget where they get this from, but that's. Oh, I'm sorry. The upsilon looks like a modern day Y, an English Y, whatever. Then you got the phi. Phi comes from this, the qua, which is that, but which is also where Q comes from. Okay. As you can see, the qua looks like both of these characters. What else we got? The chai. You got the chai, the psi. Not really sure where those come from. This is the ra is just the R is a ra flipped and then a stem added to it. See that? You got the psi. Psi, which was the sh, looks like this. You understand? That's the the psi, like PSI, psi. All right. But of course, we know that they also made their W look like the sh. Okay, then you have omega. Now the omega looks like this. But they also have the T. Right? The T comes from tha. There's the little t, which looks even more like the tha because Y has it in the middle of that line. All right. So as you can see, this is where these languages come from. Some of them are more fabricated than others, but all in all, oh, you also have the chai. The chai looks like an X. All right. So you can see where their language comes from. It's a copycat of the Hebrew language. Understand? So yeah, if you were ever wondering where the English language comes from, it comes from the Hebrews. You understand? That's like what people don't understand about the Bible. They think that the Bible is all mythological. They think it's all fantasy, and none of it is real. When in reality, your so-called greatest scholars study the Bible. They study paleo history. They study the history of the Israelites and the Hebrews. You understand? They study that knowledge, because our knowledge is way more advanced than their knowledge. You think that there's no science in the Bible when there is. The Bible is science. You understand? A lot of people don't even realize that the Big Bang theory is in the Bible. You understand? They just philosophized it. They just, mystified it. You understand? It's not some mysterious, thing. The Lord said, "Let there be light," and boom, that was light. You know what I'm saying? It's kind of like an explosion. The explosion happens. You get light from an explosion. When something explodes, it creates light. There's enough force in that explosion to make light happen. You know what I'm saying? So when the Lord said, "Let there be light," there was light from that explosion, from that bang. All right. And he created everything from that bang. You understand? He said, you know what I'm saying, "Let the waters be separated from the earth," and all of those different things that you will read in Genesis is the Big Bang. You understand? All of those things took a process of time, which science will even tell you that these things didn't just miraculously happen. It was a developmental thing, just like a human body. Human body takes time. It takes 9 months to form in the womb. It starts as two different cells. It starts as an egg, the embryonic egg, and a sperm cell. And that sperm cell meets the embryonic egg, and it starts to develop from that point on. You know what I mean? And it takes time to grow into what will be called a human being. You know what I'm saying? It takes time to grow into a little baby. And then that baby over time grows into a man or woman. And that man or woman grows old into an older man or woman, a senior. You understand? Over time, that man or woman dies, goes back into the ground, and guess what? That cycle happens all over again. Reincarnation. You understand? Does anybody have any questions before I move on? Is everybody enjoying the class? Let me know. 1's in the chat if you enjoying the class, 2 in the chat if you're not. You know what I mean? Let me know who's watching. I see Shamar in the building. I see Natazaka Bar in the building. You know what I mean? If you still in here, let me know. All right. So let's get a couple words, right? So one thing, here's a couple words that you might be new to the school, or you might be new to learning Hebrew. One thing that is commonplace in our culture is our kindness. All right. And what that means is, what we often say to each other is words like the water and ayan dabar. The water and ayan dabar. Okay. But what does this mean? You might be in the school and you hear the water all the time. You understand? Well, quick history, you know what I'm saying? Brief history, recent history. We just had the Black Party, you know what I'm saying? First of all, big shout out to the North Carolina camp, you know what I mean? Captain Naya Thought. Let me see who else. We got Captain Naya Thought. We got forgive me if I don't remember you. Officer Iraq, Officer Yarmak. You understand? You got who else up there in North Carolina? You got Shar up there. I'm pretty sure South Carolina did too. You know what I'm saying? Precinct officer Natazaka Bar, you know what I mean, out there in South Carolina. I'm pretty sure y'all was, getting y'all hands dirty up in there too. Who else we got? Hawk. Natazah. What is his name? Natazah Salakia Cat. You know what I mean? But Captain Natazah. You know what I mean? Big shout out to you as well. You know what I mean? Like all the whole North Carolina camp, the whole, you know what I'm saying, all that region, you know what I mean, for putting on that amazing event. Passover was great. I wasn't personally at the Passover exactly, but I was in North Carolina. You know what I mean? Unfortunately, I wasn't able to attend the actual event. Nor was I able to attend the black party. But you know, during the black party, the sister China Monet was on stage. You know what I'm saying? Of course, I'm pretty sure y'all have heard about China Monet rocking out the black party. And she did it. She did it nicely. You know what I'm saying? She did it. It was a good job that she did. You know what I'm saying? Because but a lot of people didn't like the fact that China Monet was performing. Well, here's the thing about that event happening. You understand? She got a chance to view inside of the Lord's place. She got a view of the kingdom of heaven, right? And just for just a day, just a night, she got to see it. And in that very same night, guess what? She spoke some Hebrew. You understand? If you go back and watch the Black Party video, you understand? You'll see all the brothers that perform. You'll see um the sisters even partook in it a little bit. You know what I mean? But it was a great event. And China Monet, at the end of her performance, she told the crowd Shalom and Thawada, and then what else she said? She also said it was Tawab. You understand? These words are words. These are Hebrew words. You know what I'm saying? The things she was saying on that stage were Hebrew. What does that tell you? She was picking up on the culture, which is hers. It's not just the Hebrew Israelites culture, it's black culture. It's Hispanic culture, it's Native Indian culture. This is really our culture. The language I'm speaking to you in now is not our culture, believe it or not. Even though I'm adding ebonics to it and I'm adding slang and I'm not really grammatically correct with my words, this ain't our goddamn language. We don't speak, this is not our native language, English. This is a lingua franca. It's the language that we choose, that we've been given so that we can communicate with America. We can communicate with China. We can communicate with the world. You understand? Spanish. You understand? This is the language we was given by our oppressors. It's not our native language. It's not the language our forefathers spoke. You understand? Chinese people still speak Chinese. Why? Mandarin, whatever. They still speak their language because it's their language. It's their culture. You understand? Germans speak their Germanic language. Why? Because it's their culture. You understand? Why are we the only ones without a language and culture? You understand? Why are the Haitians the only ones that have to speak somebody else's language? Creole is not their language. They're speaking the French's language. Spanish is not the Latinos' language. They're speaking their oppressors' language. Okay, so we're the only ones that have to speak somebody else's language. When we have our language, we just don't know it. It's Hebrew. And that night, China Monet was able to recognize her language. You know what I'm saying, and speak some of it. All she gotta do is keep coming to class, and she'll be speaking fluent Hebrew, and so will you. You understand? But just to get back to the topic, the water and ayundabar are words in Hebrew. The water meaning thank you. Okay, let me pull that up in the Blue Letter Bible so you can get the Strong's number for it real quick. Hold on 1 second. Salakia, 1 minute, rather. Oh man. Let me find it a different way. Okay. Oh yeah, that's where I was wrong at. Okay. Thanksgiving. I was trying to put in thanks or thank you, but it wasn't coming up. But if you type in Thanksgiving in the Blue Letter Bible, it should pop up. The Strong's number is H8426. Let me write that down. Water. All right. The water is H8426 in the Strong's Bible. It translates to Thanksgiving. Okay. And that's in the Strong's Bible. I mean, that's the Blue Letter Bible or Strong's Concordance. Okay, but now, contrary to popular belief, Ayun Bar, you might have heard that Ayun Bar means you're welcome, but that is not exactly what it means. It could be taken that way. All right, so you might say Ayun Bar and you think, okay, it means you're welcome because it's a response to the water, which means thanks or Thanksgiving, right? Ayun Bar does not necessarily mean uh um um you're welcome. All right. Ayun bar actually means to speak less. All right. Ayun is speak. I'm sorry. The bar is speak. All right. I'll get you that in a second. Let me pull that up real quick. Get you that Strong's number. All right, the bar is H1696, 1696. All right, which means speak. Okay, I'm sorry, damn, I keep messing that up. It's not ayun, but the bar. And I'm gonna give you the Hebrew writing of it as well. I'm just typing out what it is real quick. So Debar is H1696 Salakia, which means speak, right? Then Ayun is less or little. Let me see if they give it to me in less. All right. The Strong's number is 369. This should be easy to remember, right? If y'all know that Lil Jon song, H369, right? Which is nothing, not. Okay. H369. Hold on one second. Ayun. All right. Ayun. Nothing, not. All right. So when you say Ayun the bar, you're really saying speak nothing or say nothing. Say less, as we like to say. You know what I mean? Like it's black. You know what I mean? It's very black to say Ayun the bar after somebody says the water. Like, hey, say less. You know what I'm saying? Speak nothing of it. You understand? That's what Ayun Dabar means. It's made up of two words. Ayun, H369, which is nothing, and Dabar, H1696, which means to speak or say. All right, here, I'll give you the Hebrew writing of it real quick. So the water would be written like this. The wa da ha. Okay. All right. So that's what we have. Hold on one second. All right. All right. So yeah, back to it. The wa da ha is thanks or thanksgiving. Then you have ah. Let me write that a little smaller. Ah ya na da ba and ra. Yan da bar. Yan. Excuse me. Yan the bar. Okay. which means say nothing, speak nothing. Okay, speak less, say less. Okay, the water and ayundabar. These are manners. All right. When someone says the water you know what I'm saying? Well, if somebody does something good for you or tawab for you, you respond by saying the water, which means thank you, thanks. All right. And when someone says the water to you, you respond by saying ayundabar or say less. You understand? I don't think there is okay, the word for you're welcome does not mean what it means in English or the way that you say it in American culture, right? In American culture, people say you're welcome to respond to someone saying thank you, right? It's not the same meaning in Hebrew. Like welcome would be, like I invited you to my house and I welcome you. You know what I mean? It's very literal. Welcome. You know what I'm saying? You are welcome into this place. You can come in, but that's not the spirit of what you're trying to say. I assume. I assume you're not trying to. When someone says thank you, I'm sure you don't want to say, yeah, come in. You know what I'm saying? Like that's it's not the same. You know what I mean? Um, it's very different, and you know, pale people wouldn't understand why we speak the way we speak. They wouldn't understand why we say things like say less. Like they stop talking. They'll be like, oh, well, we stop talking. You know what I'm saying? Like it makes sense in Hebrew. It makes sense to a Hebrew. But to other people who have a different uh manner, like the scripture calls it, two manners of people, they have a different manner. They wouldn't understand something like say less. You know what I'm saying? They wouldn't understand things like, yo, that language is tough. You know what I'm saying? Like, what does that mean? It's not that hard to learn. What are you talking about? It's not tough. It's not that difficult. No, I don't mean it's difficult. I mean it's tight. You know what I mean? See, and then we go into a whole problem because they don't understand us because we got different two manners. We are two manners of people. Meanwhile, if I said that to a Hispanic or Native Indian, they'll understand. They'll catch my drift. You feel me? I mean, if I say you feel me, they'll understand that. If I say you dig, they'll understand that. If I said I'm going to the crib, they'll understand that. But the people who aren't our people won't understand that. You know what I'm saying? Not even the Hamites. The Hamites don't understand us like that. You understand? They don't get us. But if I spoke to a Haitian, he'll understand. You feel what I'm saying? Like these are some of the signs that let us know who we are. Now, will some of those people understand it? Maybe. So it's not like a surefire way to find out who's Israel and who's not. It's not how it goes. But we do know that as a whole, those people aren't our people because we don't get each other. We don't walk the same, we don't talk the same, we don't think the same things, we don't find fun in the things that they find fun in. You know what I mean? They want to go into the woods, cover themselves in blood and deer piss, and stay out there all night until the wolves cry out. Right? So we not like that. You know what I mean? Not at all. All right, so that's that. Let me give y'all a couple more. Got the water. Let me give you a few that are like very heavily used in the ISUPK. So, like I mentioned, tawab, right? The word tawab. Okay, tawab means good. If you didn't know that, now you know. Let's get the Strong's number for it. Genesis 1 and 4. And God saw the light that it was good. Wayara'a Allahayim Ath Ha Awar Kaya Tawab. All right, not Todah. Or not, not Tob. Okay. Esau claims this is pronounced Tov or Tob. It's not. All right. The letters are what the letters are. You have a ta, a wa, and a ba. All right. There's no O's in Hebrew. There's no V in Hebrew. There is a ta, there's a wa, and there's a ba. Put that together and you get tawab, which means good. H2896. H296. No, 2896. Like H2896. All right. And of course, I'm putting these Strong's numbers so you can go and look at them yourself. I mean, if you have a concordance at home, you can easily just flip to that number and you'll find that number in your Strong's concordance. You can also just type it into Blue Letter Bible and it'll pop up as well. So Tawab means good. I'll give you the definition that they have, which is 6. All right, which is good, pleasant, agreeable, rich, valuable in estimation, good, appropriate, becoming, better, glad, happy, prosperous. You understand? Like, and it's funny because all of these different meanings, you know what I'm saying, are based upon context, right? Which is the same way we would say good. Like, think about how many ways you can translate when someone says, when a black man says to another black man, Hispanic and Native Indian man, you good? Like, that could mean so many things. You know what I mean? You good could either be a compliment or a threat. And it's just 2 words. You good? But it's all about the context. It's about the tone of your voice. It's about what just took place. You know what I'm saying? Like, I could say you good, like, man, you good. You know what I'm saying? Like, I just listened to your track. And I'm like, you good. That's a compliment. Or you was just in a car accident. They say, you good? I'm just asking if you're okay. Or, you know what I mean? You might have just, looked at my woman, you know what I'm saying, in a way that I don't feel comfortable with. And I might be like, hey, yo, you good? It can mean a lot of things, you feel me? So it's just black, man. It's so black. It's exuberantly black. It's so black that we know that the people who are calling themselves the people of this Bible are imposters. This is enough to make me know it. You know what I mean? They're not like this. They don't say, like, what? Why are you even switching it up from Tawab to Tob? You know what I mean? Nah. Like, you done. All right. So that's enough to let me know. But I mean, if you need more proof, look at them. Just look at them. You know what I mean? So Tawab is good, pleasant, or other things. You feel me? Could mean happy, beneficial, prosperous. You know what I mean? It can mean a whole lot of things. Moral good, and talking about morality. You know what I mean? It is good for a man to marry. It is good for a man to, keep the laws, statutes, and commandments. So with all that being said, you know what I'm saying, it's just a good thing. Well, Tawab means good. All right. With that, man, all right, so this has been the Israelite School Universal Practical Knowledge. This is the Lashawan Qadash class. The water for being here. The water for tuning in. Make sure you click that like button. Make sure you hit subscribe. I don't have my Shamar here, so I'm gonna go ahead and salute y'all out. Yahweh Shamar Lathabashim Slaki. Yahweh Bashim Yahweh Shabrak Thumb to all the brothers. Yahweh Shamar Lathan Bashim Yahweh Shah to all the sisters. I'll get with y'all next week. Tomorrow is the Sabbath service. Okay, we read the Tanakh, and within the Tanakh is a bunch of Hebrew words that you should be learning so that you can follow along. All right, shalom.